is Felicia and welcome to my channel. So before I go to the topic of today's video, I just wanted to show you a little cute thing I had to observe while I was editing one of my videos. Just observe this nice conversation I'm having with my inner demons. Doesn't it look cute? It looks like they're actually talking about a serious topic and they're all doing their makeup at the same time. If you've seen the title of this video, it's one of my hair journeys episodes, and this is my hair history. Considering the fact that I've been dyeing my hair from an early age, this is gonna be probably a long ass story, but I'm gonna have photos, input, so I'll try to make it fun in some way. So, if we're starting from the beginning, I'll just show you the last photo that was taken of me without any hair dye. So, this is my little 12-year-old ass holding a bunny on the Easter holidays with no hair dye. So my natural hair is a light-ish brown. What a cute little kid, isn't it? I don't know why. Every time I remembered about dyeing my hair, I always thought it was since I was 12, but apparently I actually dyed my hair. I think I was 12 going on 13, but I was actually 13 because I think I dyed my hair summer and autumn, and it was like October or stuff like that. But unfortunately, even though I had a phone with a camera, my bougie ass, but actually I had the oldest phone. Probably I lost that phone, or I couldn't export them to my computer or shit like that, because for some reason, I don't know why, but my family didn't go in the step with the technological advancement, so it's probably me to blame that I couldn't comprehend to kind of get my hands on those photos. That moment will be lost in time. The first time I dyed my hair was actually a blue box dye. I think I had some money left from my birthday. It was a bright blue box dye, and considering that my hair was kind of dark, I didn't know what to expect from that color. I went to the drugstore with my friends. I bought the color. We went to one of my friends' houses. She dyed my hair, and then I couldn't wash my hair because like her grandpa was coming home. She was living with her grandpa, so we all had to ditch the place. And I had to walk around for like an hour with that color dye on my head, and then I went home and I had to take a shower and wash it off. It came out pretty dark, so it was like kind of black blue, those cool tone blacks, you know. But unfortunately, I have no photos of those times. But my mom didn't tell me off. My parents weren't really that strict. I mean, they were kind of strict when I said that I want a face piercing, but in more of like hair dyeing or shit like that. And they never told me I can't, or I'm not supposed to. From that moment on, I kind of fell in love with the goth culture and everything. I was all in that alternative rock, and Evanescence, Linkin Park, started listening to Nirvana and other stuff like old rock music. I had an album that had Led Zeppelin and Fleetwood Mac and pretty much a lot of that old soul music. Not the regular Fleetwood Mac, but the Peter Green Fleetwood Mac. That's my favorite Fleetwood Mac. When summer came along, after box dye kind of washed out a little bit and everything, my mom told me, it's like, yeah, you know, kind of it's summer and maybe it's gonna be better if you're gonna have a lighter hair color. So she bought me herself the next hair dye. So, and it was box dye, of course. So the next hair dye I had, it was like a hazelnut, like a very, very light brown, like almost dark blonde. And it went out of my hair quite well because it grew out and it washed out, and I don't know how come it did so well, but this is how I looked like. This is a summer camp photo. I don't know if it's focusing. Like, let me just grab it between my fingers. Yeah, that's me. That's me between all the kids in the orange top. I don't know if it's focusing or not. Hopefully it is. This is me. My boobs grew out that year over like a couple of months, I think, from over the summer. They just grew out, and I just felt like boys were starting to acting weird around me. I kind of understood that this is what they're looking at. And maybe I used it to my own benefit, but who didn't? But maybe I didn't even know how to use it, so I did a lot of stupid shit when I was a teenager. As any other teenager, of course. Typical teenager. What can you do? That was a fun year. That was my first time when I went to summer camp. I remember beating the crap out of 2 guys all the time. That was like the local bully, but I'm not kind of proud of it. But to be fair, like, since I went to middle school, my life at school was complete awkward and shit, and I went through an awkward phase. And I had always a double life, because like I had the school life where it was terrible, but I had a lot of friends outside of school, and because I went to art classes, I had friends in my neighborhood, and I didn't limit myself to that thing, you know. And I had a wonderful life outside of school, but when I was going to school, like I was going like to a private school, so yeah, and I changed 4 or 5 schools at my time of being a student until I graduated. And the fun part is, after I left the primary school, I went to a private school, and I was the poorest kid in there. I was the most regular person. I didn't wear clothing with brands on them. Nothing expensive. I didn't even have the latest phone, so they were always looking at me like, ugh, not in the trend or anything like that. Though I wasn't really running around for that. I kind of wanted to fit in, but I kind of liked not fitting in. I just got a lot of crap for that, and I didn't really know how to act or how to behave in those situations. And maybe in the end, I was acting stupid, and I'm to be blamed for being bullied. But I don't know. I was just a kid. And to be fair, kids are shitheads, especially those who become bullies. And if you don't mind me, I'm gonna paint my nails while I'm telling you my life story of the hair. After summer, you know, I wore that light color on my hair. I didn't know how to feel about it because I never really cared. I always had long straight hair, and I didn't really did anything with it. I didn't even know how to fucking do my own ponytail until I was like, I don't know, 15 or 16. Like, seriously, I was that. I didn't know anything about beauty or anything, or how to take care of myself. I mean, my mom was never like following trends or anything like that. She was never into fashion or makeup, so I think that's kind of why I never got into knowing how to take care of myself as a woman. And I'm not blaming her or anything, but I had to teach myself to be kind of feminine. And I grew up, I had brothers, I didn't have sisters, so I was the only girl, and I had to kind of I was very fucking awkward when I was a teenager, when I was going through puberty and shit like that, because I didn't know what the fuck was going on in my life, and where the fuck was I, and why the fuck everything was going on. But let's cut the crap on the school life. Alright, after summer is over, my mom bought me a box dye again, and she said, do you want to dye your hair purple? And she dyed my hair a second time purple, because I said I wanted to refresh the color. So she bought me a purple box dye, because she was dyeing her hair red, and she dyes her hair dark burgundy even now. I don't know why she picked that color, but I think that's what she likes to wear. But unfortunately, I don't have any pictures from that time because I lost the phone that I used to have then. Man, it was a Motorola from 3Mobile. I really loved that phone. It had a really good camera for those times, even for a camera, because I could do like the macro shots and everything. And I loved taking pictures of flowers. I mean, just go and look at my Instagram. It's all full of nature and shit. I don't know why, but the purple never stays in my hair really good. Just my hair just rejects the pigment or shit like that. So it washes out really, really quickly, and it's not really noticeable in my hair. So in the end, when you look at it, I think because it faded so quickly, I went and dyed my hair black again. And sorry for this terribly edited picture, but it's an old picture of me. So this is my little old 14-year-old self. Clearly I'm into goth culture. And I had a dragon medallion on myself and was wearing black. The next picture is me going on 15 with my hair faded out and holding my beloved kittens. By the way, the lighter kitten died later on because it fell out of the window. But it was all grown up, and they already had kittens of their own. That's why people at my parents' house now take off the mosquito guards, because they live on the 7th floor, and unfortunately the window seal from the outside was wet and slippery because it was a rainy night, and that's the tragic story about how one of my cats died. We will always remember you. His name was Pete. Really cute cat. Coming back to the topic again, so I was pretty much I fell in love with how black hair looked at me, and considering that I was on that goth culture and grunge and stuff, I was never really into emo, and I was just mostly dyeing my hair black for a while, for a couple of years. So here's another photo of me being 15, having my long ass hair black. Can you freaking believe I had that long hair? What a pity. And here's another photo of me with my roots grown out when I graduated middle school. Look at this little goth princess. Oh, don't you love her? Yeah, I was still wearing all black and everything. And I'm not ashamed of it. After I graduated middle school, I went into high school, and I was having my hair black as usual, blah blah. But then one of my classmates, she was kind of my friend. I think she lives in New York now, but I haven't seen her in like maybe 9 or 8 years. The last time I saw her, I met her accidentally in town, in my hometown, and we just had a nice evening kind of conversation, but I haven't seen her ever since. I liked her, and she kind of, I don't know, she had something in her that she could comprehend with. She had this powerful character, and she didn't give a shit about anything, but whatever. And she kind of told me, it's like, why are you always wearing your hair black? Why are you wearing black? But I mean, she was kind of into alternative culture and everything. She had piercings and stuff like that, so I think it was because her mom was less conservative. And once I went to her house, and her friend was dyeing her hair, and I said, like, hey, will you dye my hair? Because I never had a proper hair dye job on my head, and I said, I was like, I'm gonna nip into the shop and go and buy some color. So my friend went with me. She picked the color because she said, wait a minute, just don't pick black. I'm gonna pick you a color. And she picked me this bright red copper color. This is how I used to look like, all black, red hair. I even had some red things around my egg that looked like fangs. That's my brother next to me. But actually, my favorite photo is in this collection. It's at my friend's house, so never mind the drawings on the background. That's her sister. She was kind of a toddler at that age. And then I was kind of, for half a year, I was a redhead, and I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. I wore red lipstick. I felt furious. I don't know why, but I felt like I wanted to go back to my black hair again. I kind of missed it. And for some reason, when summer came along, I felt like I want to go back to my black color. So, speaking of not being into emo, this picture looks kind of emo to me. This is when I dyed my hair black again. And I kind of went with my hair black for all that time. I think I changed schools that year as well. Again, went to a different one. And when I finally got to high school, and I changed the school again in year 1 of high school, I think that's when kind of my life got sorted, because my classmates weren't complete assholes. It was kind of refreshing for me. It was calming. Like, my mental health in school was more safe, so I felt that my school life was a safe place. I had less drama in my life, so I did a lot of stupid shit, but I finally kind of found a balance in my life and everything. So I had my hair black for all that time. I had my hair black for all of the second year of high school, and then I decided that I want to change it up a little bit, so I dyed my hair purple again, and I dyed it like right before finishing the second year of high school. Back in my country, we kind of get a little bit dressed up for the last day of school of the year, you know, and I dyed my hair a day before, and I think I started dyeing it like quite late. It was like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and I almost fell asleep with the dye in my hair. So I held it for like I think I held it for like an hour or stuff like that, and it came out really dark, so that's why it looks like that. But then it washed out and it looked this weird red color. But when autumn came along, of course, I went back to black. And I kind of stuck around with that color until I graduated high school. Here's me during the year, here's me at prom. Look at that skinny ass bitch. So I think that's my classmate's hand. We were all kept taking a group photo. And then I met a guy. We had like a relationship and shit like that. But it was a terrible relationship. I mean, it was all nice and cute, but it was toxic at the time. At the same time, he was gaslighting me and shit like that. And then I was kind of fed up with his bullshit. And then I broke up with him. And then it turned into a fucking nightmare because that guy is a creep. He's an abuser. He harasses me, like maybe not physically, but like I will just say I will just have a different story. I think I'll have to do a different story time video on how shitty that relationship, not the relationship, but the breakup. The relationship was still okay. It was kind of toxic, but it was still fine. I mean, he wasn't getting physical or anything like that. But then when we broke up, I think he will burn in hell for eternity for what he did to me. I swear on my heart, I never cheated on that guy while I was with him. I never gave him a reason to think that I was something I wasn't. I was always honest with him. He had issues. He had problems. And thanks God that time of my life was over. But kind of when I finished my first year of university, I went on my practice for a couple months. So I was studying journalism, so I had to write articles and shit like that. And I kind of thought, it's like, I'm bored of this black hair. I want something new. I wanted to wear like red lipstick again. I wanted to feel fierce. I'm a young woman, and I dyed my hair bright red, as you can see. And I loved it. I mean, I bought professional dye. It wasn't shitty box dye. It was really well done, and I loved that color. I loved the way it looked. I loved the way I looked. I had that's the time when I started kind of getting into makeup a little bit, and I started doing my eyebrows just a teeny tiny bit, and that's when my struggle with my eyebrows actually started. You're gonna see a lot of weird shapes along this photo, the next photos, I promise you. After I dyed my hair, like after a couple of weeks or like a month, I broke up with him, and kind of a shit show started, because like a part of my life was a shit show, a part of my life was fun and nice, and I had a nice student life, parties and shit like that. Man, the amounts of alcohol I used to drink scare me even now. I had my hair bright red, then I thought I'd do a more burgundy color, then closer to Christmas and New Year's I thought I'd do like a more hazelnut red color. I don't know why it looks so brown in this picture. Excuse me, I was a naughty girl when I was at uni. And then after a while, that's the time when I got together with my husband of today. God bless his soul. He endured a lot of shit for me. I went and dyed my hair purple again, and he didn't really agree with the shit that I was doing to my hair, but and he would always like be against it. But that's his own mediocrity. He's just the kind of he's moderately conservative. I mean, I held back on a lot of stuff I wanted to do with myself because of him, because I didn't want it to upset him, but anything like that. But at this point, I just don't give a shit anymore. He doesn't give a shit anymore. We worked through our relationship quite well, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. He does whatever the fuck he wants. We do whatever the fuck we want, as long as it makes us happy. So we just want to live happy with each other, and that's it. And after having my hair purple, it kind of washed out, because I already said purple just does not stay on my hair well. And then I went back to red for another summer. I was in quite a dark place, to be fair, that summer, and I had a lot of shit going on and everything. Because my relationship was very fucking bumpy. I think it wasn't bumpy, it had fucking cliffs along the way. I fell off a cliff a couple of times even. At the end of summer, when I went back to uni, to my second year of uni, I decided I wanted to change it up completely. I found a pink hair dye. I found a color washout, because I didn't really know what was better, bleach or color washout, but I bought a color washout and I did the color washout because I thought I was gonna bleach my hair. My hair was red for a long time, and I thought it would work. So I went to my hairdresser that did my hair, because I wasn't doing box dye because I was an old grown up girl. She washed out my hair. It kind of washed out. It made it lighter, but then she bleached my hair. My hair was kind of brassy, so it didn't pick up on the lower side of my hair. So only the upper side of my hair picked the color. This is how it came out. Very juicy. And yeah, then I went and did an eyebrow piercing because I just felt like it. At the time when we were just boyfriend and girlfriend, he was like so pissed that I did that piercing. But to not be funny, I was always straightening the shit out of my hair, and apart from straightening the shit out of my hair, I didn't use any hair products. I kind of started using hair conditioner when I was like 16. I think this one, the first time I dyed my hair red, but that was it. I wasn't using anything else, no protecting spray, no anything. So I was frying my hair, I wasn't using anything on it. So that was just my hair. And then I started styling it different ways. And here's a picture of me attempting to do a pinup look. And then it went downhill really quick from there. Honestly. Because then I found some sort of a mousse color that you kind of apply it on your hair. And then you dry it, in your hair with your hair dryer, and then you wash it out. So that color turned out to be really fucking bright on my hair. So I loved that color. And this is how I turned my hair bright pink. Yeah, this is me at my brother's concert. Fuck, I love that photo. It looks very fucking badass. And my hair was bright pink in here just because of the warm colors. I think it looks more red in this picture. But afterwards, when I did a retouch, they had a more berry-like color, and on the bleached hair that I had, that was kind of orangey looking, it came up kind of looking bright red. So this is me. I think I was going to a wedding, to one of my cousin's weddings, but that color didn't last long in my hair. For some reason, usually the mousse color was holding more in my hair than the other one, and after it washed out, it just turned orange. So yeah, that was my bare bleached hair, orange as hell. And then after a while, my boyfriend at the time, which is now my husband, kind of convinced me that I took out the piercing. But I don't regret it because I completely changed the shape of my eyebrows, and I'm kind of proud of the shape of my eyebrows that I have today. I had a whole journey walking towards that, and I think I've mentioned it in how I did my makeup. I definitely mentioned it in one of my videos. And I decided that, hey, I'm not gonna dye my hair just brown because that's boring. I want highlights. So I went and did highlights. Sorry for the terrible filter on the photograph. It's just the way I used to. This is old-fashioned Instagram. What do you want? Considering that I wasn't using any products on my hair and everything, my hair started flaking off, and that's when I started just buying and packing everything in, like for the scalp, for the end, serum, hair cream, everything. And I was able to kind of revive it and for it to look kind of acceptable, but it was still looking kind of burnt and shit like that. The highlights washed out. It was all fucking orange again. I think my hair was so porous, but that it wasn't holding color for too long. And then I decided that I wanted to do a red piece of my hair, but I had no fucking idea about parting hair, so I just had a red blob on my hair. Afterwards, I thought, well, I need to do something with this hair, so I'm just gonna have an ombre. And the hairdresser did warn me and told me, I don't really need to bleach your ends because they're bleached already. But I didn't listen. I said, no, I want to make sure that I have the true color in my hair. I insisted on her bleaching my ends, and that maybe was a terrible mistake, but it looked well for a while. Sorry again for the old-fashioned Instagram filters. But then it washed out and it was a weird gray color, very brassy, very odd. And then I just got one of those mousse colors, went with the green one because I said, hey, I never had green hair. So I packed that on, and as you can see, this pin-up, beautiful pin-up look that I had. Remember I said I went to one of my cousin's weddings? Well, his brother was getting married now. After a year, and there was me at the wedding again with a whole shebang on myself. I looked really weird for my relatives. They were completely fucking shocked. What do you want? Conservatives, Eastern Europeans. Well, after a while, you know, kind of my hair just stayed the way it is. Stayed the way it is. I think I've put some brown in it, covered those brassy ends because color wasn't really picking up on them. After 2 or 3 months, somewhere in October, before I moved to Britain, I went and did a hair lamination procedure that kind of like seals in the hair and stops the breakage and everything. The hairdresser that did the lamination, she said it's better if you do it with color. First time I did it without the color, then I did it with the color, and here's a picture of me with the dark brown hair. I dyed it dark brown because I didn't know what else to do, and I didn't want it to piss off my bitchy conservative fiance at the time. I just went with brown, and I kind of didn't really knew what I wanted to do with my hair at the time anyway, so I just left it that way. And then after half a year, I went and I dyed it a lighter brown, a hazelnut brown. I really loved it. It was me. This is me. On my wedding day, I had 2 brides looks. This is the first one. Simple, with a hairband. That day was the shortest because we just went and signed the papers and everything. I had just a plain white dress on me, not even long. It wasn't even long. It was like pencil skirt long. And we signed the documents, blah blah blah, had some champagne, went home, had a nap, and then in the evening, me, my brother, and my husband, and we went to watch Warcraft. So we all grew up playing that game. So yeah, it was iconic for us. Too bad they're not making other newer parts of the movie because I fucking loved it. And then after a while, I kind of went with the brown because I wanted to revive my hair and I didn't want it to bleach or anything. And then next time I dyed it brown again, but a darker brown because my dark soul and everything. Flakes, when your hair breaks off, it breaks off in different lengths, so it breaks off shorter. Like on the crown, and it doesn't break as much on the bottom, so it was like kind of my hair was in 2 layers. So I told the hairdresser to just chop off the fucking lower part layer and to revive my hair completely. Now I'll have to do the same thing, I guess, because fuck my life, I ruined my hair again. But that's just me experimenting and being curious. How much can I damage my hair more? And then I dyed it brown again, and I was kind of bored, and I said, it's like I kind of had a fair amount of hair colors in my hair. My hair is straight. It's like I need to try something different. So I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna take and I'm gonna do a perm. So I went on and did it. And dyed my hair like a really, really dark brown. It was almost black. But then I found myself bored again. And, you know, I didn't even hear about seeing kids or anything like that. Because I didn't know what was that at the time. And I wasn't a kid. I was a 25-year-old grown-ass woman. But I said, no, just black hair, it's boring. I'm just gonna bleach a front piece of my hair and dye it a different color. So I bleached it and I dyed it. And I went for burgundy, but it kind of came out too warm toned. So what did I do? I bleached it again and I dyed it again. And then it was like right before summer was ending, and I was like thinking to decide, it's like, what am I gonna be for Halloween? And when I say Halloween, I mean commitment, because I love that holiday, alright? I love Halloween. Halloween is one of my favorite fucking holidays of the year. It's not even a holiday, like where I live, or even in my country. Like, yeah, you can go to clubs and celebrate it. Like, everyone puts on slutty outfits and just dances their nights off. But fuck, I love Halloween. Well, I don't know how can a person like me not like Halloween? That would be very odd, I think. So for Halloween, I thought I was gonna be, but I knew I wanted to have my front piece of the hair completely bleached, so I just took and I bleached my front piece a final time. So that's why it's this short in the front. And I wasn't sure if I was gonna be Anna Paquin's character from X-Men, but that's what I was told I was looking like, because I started straightening my hair again. But I wasn't sure if I was gonna do Mrs. Frankenstein or Lily Munster, so I went with Lily Munster, and this is where I fell in love with center parted hair, and I've been wearing it ever since. This is me at Halloween as Lily Munster. But then the white pieces of the hair were kind of turning yellowish, and I decided, why not? Why the heck? Why am I playing with it? I'll just dye it black again. And the rest is history. I kind of regretted it dyeing it black, and I tried to dye it brown, a lighter brown, and that's how I ruined my hair. And that's what I ended up with. And now I'm trying to get it even lighter, but I think I'll have to bleach it in the end. You just wait and see my next hair disasters. I think I said it before, if I would have a nice head shape, I would actually shave it off. But if you're interested in what else that I do with my hair, you can watch my previous episodes. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the story of my lifetime of dyeing my hair and changing it up. I do hope I'll get to more interesting parts and more vibrant colors. Sorry for scratching my nose constantly in this video. I don't know what bit me on my nose, but hopefully that didn't annoy you too much. Stay tuned for more episodes. There's more hair torture coming up. I hope you're having a nice day where you are. Please like, subscribe, check out my Instagram in the description box, and have a nice one.